Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us.
Let me talk to you. Yeah. All right, what's going on, my man? How's it going tonight? Welcome to the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. You're watching another episode of Kicking It with Isaiah and Ace. I am Ace, and of course, my co-host for the evening, Mr. Isaiah. Isaiah, how are you doing tonight, my man?
I am doing absolutely phenomenal, Ace. I've worked the last 4 days, so it was very busy, but it's my weekend. And when it's the weekend and it's always like the best time of the week and of the month. And not only was it my weekend, NFL free agency began today, and my Niners picked up a whole bunch of players. So that's good and all, but let me just say this. This is not a sports show, but I got to get this out there. I am going to sue Aaron Rodgers for causing me sleep deprivation, man. I have had the worst sleep for the last 3 nights. Every morning I wake up, I go to bed at like 5 in the morning. I wake up at 7 and check my phone. Did Aaron Rodgers get traded yet? Nope. Oh, then go back to bed. Then I wake up at 9 again. Did Aaron Rodgers go back? Did he get traded to the Jets or the Niners yet? No. Oh, damn it. And then go back to bed. It's been like this, waking up every 2 hours, checking out Aaron Rodgers, and then it's like, nope. And then I go back to bed. It's like, come on, Aaron. Make your decision already. I want to sleep. I'm tired. I've been waking up every 2 hours, man. Let me have my sleep, please.
Okay, well, anyways, since you got that little rant out of the way, shall we get started with our show for the evening? So, you know what, Isaiah, before we came on, I really was sitting here and I was really thinking, I was like, man, I have to come up with some really, really interesting topics, so to speak. So I was looking through and I was like, you know what? The first one was kind of an interesting one, and when I saw it, I was like, it would kind of remind me of something that you would do. And what I mean by that, though, what I definitely mean by that is that if there's a world record to be broken, like a Guinness World Record, anything to be broken, I feel like you, Isaiah, would be like, let me find the easiest world record out there and let's try and break this world record. So as I'm searching through and I'm looking to see about these interesting world records and like the cheapest world record there is, or the most interesting. How's it going, Christy? We hope you're having a good evening. We talk about the more interesting world records out there. I found one that was perfect for Isaiah. So Isaiah,
I can't wait for this.
exactly, if you want a world record, I know that deep inside, this is a world record that you should shoot for. So this guy basically just broke the world record by all he needed was ping pong balls, a wall, and shaving cream. That was all he needed. So basically, what he did was he shaved his head. Right after he shaved his head, he took a bunch of shaving cream. He put the shaving cream on his head. And then he would bounce the ping pong balls off the wall and let the ping pong balls get stuck on the shaving cream on his head. And he got 12 of them stuck on his head in a minute. That is now a world record. So I was like, oh, there's a record for Isaiah. He just has to shoot for 13 instead of 12.
Hey, I'm off tomorrow. I might as well try it, right? Because it's going to rain anyway. So it's a nice indoor activity. You just gave me an idea, Ace. Thanks.
Are you really?
I might even film it. I might even film it and go live. And, once I reach 13 or 14, be like, hey, I just broke a world record. Because, I got ping pong balls in my garage. I do have some shaving cream, although I don't use it because the problem is I don't know how to shave. So, there's that. But, yeah, like that. That's a great, interesting idea. I might try it tomorrow. I'm really tempted now. I really am.
You're really tempted to really do this, so you're really tempted to.
I am. Hey, you're talking to a guy that poured honey all over him because he lost the bet. So yeah.
Very well. I do remember that like yesterday, because it was like yesterday that you actually did that. That was the only reason I mentioned it. Brandon saying shave what? He's asking you to say shave what exactly? I think he's keeping it PG, so he's saying he can't shave his face. So
Yes.
he doesn't know how to shave.
I have a little mustache right here, if you guys can see.
I don't even know. Isaiah trying something. Oh no, is exactly what Christy's saying. Hey, I feel you. Isaiah's like that dude that I want him to try it, yet somehow I feel like somehow you would mess it up. I really do. Somehow I feel like a simple thing about you putting shaving cream on your head, hitting the ping pong ball off the walls, trying to get him stuck on your head. Somehow you would be like, yeah, so I was trying that, and this happened, and then I had to go get checked, and I just have a feeling that somehow, some way, you would injure yourself in the process of doing this.
Yeah, that I could see that. You're right. I mean, I've had numerous like bad luck injuries. I mean, one time I went to the emergency room after me and my friends played not flag football, it was two-hand touch football, and one of the players tried to it was a really cold day, right? It's a really cold day. You guys all know that when it's cold, when you get slapped or you get hit, it hurts like 50,000 times worse, right? So the guy tried to punch the ball out, and he punched me in the ribs, and I thought I broke my ribs. No joke. I thought I broke my ribs. That's how painful it was. So I after the game, a couple hours later, I went to the emergency room because I was like, yep, it's hurting. I had a little bit of shortness of breath, but it's hurting, and I thought I broke my ribs just from that one little punch to my rib area. But yeah, that could happen. I could see it.
Yeah, well, yeah, you might be like, yeah, so the ping pong bounced off the wall, hit me in the eye, and now I have to go get checked for it. I feel it. But there is something that I wanted to show you tonight, Isaiah. When I was eating this, I was like, you know what? Isaiah would truly love this, and I know it's because it's one of your favorite meals. I have a nice juicy steak right here.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Yes. Is it medium rare though?
Yeah, so the way that you wanna order steak, right? Is if the waiter walks up and says, "How do you want your steak?" You have to say, "I want my steak the same way that I win an argument with the wife." Very rare.
That's a good one right there. That is oh my god.
Very, very rare. The same.
Very rare, yes. So my medium rare wouldn't count then, right? Because you're not gonna medium rare. You're not gonna win an argument with your wife medium rare. It's got to be rare.
Yeah, it's rare. It's rare that you're gonna win that type of argument. But
exactly.
So Christy's saying that she likes her steak medium well. I don't know. Like, look, because I went to this restaurant a couple times the last few weeks, and I got steak both times. And look, I like my steak, pink. I do. Okay, and so thing is like, you can agree with me or not, but to me, I feel like when somebody gets a steak that's well done, right? I feel like it's eating like cardboard at that point. It is. It's like taking off my shoe and trying to bite into my shoe and try and eat the shoe. That's basically what it's like when you're eating a well done steak. Steaks are not meant to be well done.
Well, I mean, if you are going to get a well done steak, you might as well just go to the dentist and have your teeth pulled out, because that's literally what it is, man. There's some steaks that are just hard as a rock that you bite into it and you try to just, bite the meat off and bite the meat off, and it's like pulling teeth out. It's that hard to chew. One time I went to Denny's, and obviously Denny's is not the best place to
To get a
to
steak?
get a
No.
steak. No. But you remember, Ace, when I don't know if Denny's still has this, but they have that little like sirloin steak, right? They used to have it. I don't know if they still have it.
The
But so I
sirloin
went
steak? Yeah.
yeah, like that little one with the mac and cheese and the broccolis that you could get or whatever, or mashed potatoes. So I went to Denny's, and me being young, I was like, everybody gets steak that are medium rare. And at that time, I was scared because I was like, I don't want to eat the cow's blood and, get whatever diseases from the cow in my body. So I was like, you got to have a medium or a well cooked steak. So I got a well cooked steak, and it was by far one of the worst eating experiences in my life, because I was trying to, first of all, cutting it was difficult as hell. And then, when you're trying to bite into it, I had to literally get the fork, stab at it, and then just rip it. And when I, ripped it, the fork came flying off. The fork came flying off, nearly hit the next table. And I was like, that is such a hard, like, it was so hard that I was like, nope, I'm not eating the rest of this, because yeah, like, who knows? Maybe I will accidentally fling a fork and it will accidentally stab someone in the face because of my out of control eating the steak. So yeah,
Why'd you,
first of all, I go to Denny's for a steak.
why'd you get it well done anyway?
Cause I wanted to try a well done steak, and I was at that time I was like, I don't want to eat something that has blood coming out of it, and I was like, if I accidentally swallow some cow's blood, I might get some get diseases. Like, I don't want to get AIDS or whatever from a freaking cow, like, or
Did you just
whatever.
get meat from a cow, bro? That's not how that works.
Yeah, or not AIDS, but like you have those like disgusting diseases that animals get. I don't want that in my body.
Well,
That's
so speaking of steaks, right? So this can actually transition into our next topic because it deals with food. So I was actually glad that we were on the next one of food. So I guess this was like right around when COVID actually like first started. That basically what happened was that this ex like staffer from school, or like ex I guess he was like one of the big the big people at the school. He wasn't like the principal or VP. I think he oversaw something. I don't even remember exactly what his title was, but the dude legitimately got arrested because he embezzled $1.2 million worth of chicken wings. So, and that was legitimate. It was chicken wings. It wasn't money. He embezzled $1.2 million worth of chicken wings. I have so many questions about this. Like, what in the hell are you doing with $1.2 million worth of freaking chicken wings? Like, that, legitimately, that's my question number one. What are you doing with that many chicken wings?
Oh, easy. You're literally just saving it, because remember, at that time when COVID first hit, everybody was going to the stores buying like milk, buying cereal, buying paper towels and all that stuff. Like, everybody thought we were gonna get trapped in our houses, like you know how when a snowstorm hits, right? And then you're stuck, like the snow is so big, it's so high up that it traps you in your house for like days. We thought we were gonna do that for not only days but months. So honestly, like, and I'm not trying to excuse him of the crime, but it's actually kind of smart because, like, hey, at least you won't die because you're starving. You know, if you, like, let's say at that time there, like, you couldn't go out of your house. You know, you get to eat chicken wings, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, snack, etc. Like, you would just be, munching on the wings every single day.
How in the hell is somebody going to eat $1.2 million worth of chicken wings? And where the heck are you going to store $1.2 million worth of chicken wings? You don't have enough room in your freezer for $1.2 million worth of chicken wings.
Well, where did this guy? Where did he live? Did he live in Alaska? Because if he did, you could literally just store it in your igloo.
No,
Like,
he lived in California, and I know it was over time. Like, he kept on, because you know how the schools were like funding free meals for kids and
yeah.
things like that as it's going on. Yeah, so he kept ordering chicken wings, and the school kept saying, "Oh, okay, we must have said it was okay." So he just kept ordering chicken wings, boxes after boxes after boxes after boxes after boxes. And it just kept being a thing. And then eventually, he got caught after $1.2 million worth.
Damn. That's, well, but I mean, so it was over time then. It wasn't like one time that he just took a whole truck of chicken wings and just shipped it to his house, right? It was over time.
Yeah, but still, that's a lot of chicken wings. That is a ton of
That
chicken.
is, you're right. It is.
Like, I don't know what.
You're right. It is a lot. Yeah, it is a lot of chicken wings, but it will help you though for surviving COVID.
Like, I don't know what the I honestly don't know what the going rate is for like a box of chicken wings or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if it's like per pound or whatever. But like, my thing is how would the school like not catch on that oh, we had a $2,000 order for chicken wings? Yep, that seems legit. It's like really? Like,
maybe they thought there was like a lot of kids in the family or something like that.
So Jason says, yeah, I know. I heard about a movie where the government produced drugs, then said no one could leave their house unless they take the drugs. Not a single movie production thought it was a good idea because it was too unbelievable. Exactly, right? I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those really hard things.
Speaking of hoarding, if let's say we were in that situation, right, and like obviously we're not going to commit crimes, but let's say you needed to hoard something, right, a food item. You know what I would hoard, Ace? You know what I really would hoard?
Okay, you go ahead and tell me.
I'll tell you right now. I would hoard, and no joke, I would hoard pumpkin pie.
You know what? I thought you were going to say that. I really had a feeling you were going to go with the pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie is, first of all, it's a complete meal. You got the outside crust, that's the wheat. Then you got the pumpkin, that's the veggie, right? So like, you're literally eating healthy by eating a pumpkin pie. Yeah, there's sugar in it, but there's also the dairy. There's little like cream in it that you could put, the whipped cream. So it's a healthy meal. Like, you could eat pumpkin pie breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And let's say we were snowed in, right, for a month. You could eat that and you would still be living, and you would still be healthy and nourished at the end of the day. Like, it's perfect. It's like a healthy meal for a dessert. It's the best. And it's one of the reasons why I'm like, why do schools not serve pumpkin pie? Because pumpkin pie is a healthy meal. They talk about eating healthy, vegetables, all that stuff. You literally got wheat. You got the pumpkin, the vegetable. It's sweet. Kids will love it. It's perfect.
So, Jason's asking, hoard or hoard? So, like, he wants your definition of hoard. And then he wants to know how you can eat something that looks like his morning poop every day.
because it's healthy and it's good, especially the Costco ones. Those gigantic pumpkin pies. Oh my gosh, man! I bought 2 of those last year for Thanksgiving, and I didn't finish it until like January the 5th, I think it was.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you,
it was good.
I would hoard steaks if I could. Like steaks is something that I would hoard a whole bunch of. Now I can tell you, if my brother had the chance, he would hoard the fish and chips that he got from Cozy Kitchen the other day. If he could have fish and chips and hoard them, he would hoard the fish and chips from Cozy Kitchen.
You want to know a silly fact?
So Jason says so. Isaiah then should be recycled corn and peas. Yeah, there you go.
I've
So,
never had fish and chips in my life, believe it or not. Like I've never had it. Like I've wanted to have it. I wanted to try it, but I've never ever in my life went to a restaurant and ordered fish and chips before. Like I want to try it though, but it does look good, but I've never had it before. It's crazy.
fish and chips, I can tell you, it's not for everybody. But fish and chips, it really depends on where you get it from. You have to get it from the right place. If you don't get it from the right place, the fish and chips are not going to be good. They are not going to be good. So you definitely have to, like, for me, if I'm going to get a fish and chips,
Mhm.
I have to go to an actual seafood place itself and get fish and chips. Like it concerns me to go to just a normal restaurant and be like, yeah, I'm going to order a fish and chip. If they're not a seafood restaurant, it scares me to order the fish and chips because I know pretty much it's probably not going to be the fish and chips that I'm used to. And so Jason's saying, fish, fish and shoestring fries because because what he got was not technically, chips. It was shoestring fries. So,
Well,
so
let me ask you this.
yeah,
So, only time that I've had like I know I said I didn't have fish and chips, but now that I think about it, the only time I did have it is when we had it during school lunch. Do you count that as like having legit fish and chips, or does that not count? Because you know how school lunches work. Like it's some of them it's just disgusting.
well, I can tell you, if you had fish and chips at lunchtime, it probably was not real fish. If you
Right?
had it at school, it was
Was
probably
it
not real fish. Uh,
not?
but Jason wanted me to explain to you that Isaiah comes from the sea, not sea.
Oh, I know that. I know that, man. Come on, you're talking to a guy that works in the airline business.
What does that have to do with anything?
We fly over the ocean. We
Well,
see fish all the time. When an airplane flies over the ocean and you
if
see
you
those little shadows coming out of the sea?
if
That's
you could
fish.
see, dude, if you could see in the ocean from that distance and be able to see fish jumping from that distance, what kind of eyesight do you have?
Well, no. When you're landing, right? When you're landing and you pass by the sea and you're like so close, you see like little shadows, right? You see a shadow, right? There's like black shadows. That's fish. That is fish just
Or
swimming in the
or
ocean.
it's the shadow of the airplane.
Never mind that. Never mind. Move on to this next topic.
So I'm just saying, it's probably the
I thought it
shadow of
was
the airplane.
fish. I thought it was fish because it was tiny. It was like tiny and it was like this wide.
It's probably the shadow of the airplane.
Next topic.
So I'm just saying, when you think it's fish,
Wait, but how about the movement? Like, cause when you fly over an ocean, right? Like and you're like about to land and you pass by the sea. There are like some like whatever do you see the movement in the ocean? Are they school of fish not flying, but are these school of fish like swimming together then?
some schools of fish will swim together. Yes, some will. Some will. Some very much will. But it depends on if you're actually seeing fish or if you're seeing the shadow of the airplane. That's a very, very big difference there. That's very key to know that.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We'll see. But I thought I saw fish because I saw like little shadows, and I'm like, yeah, look at that. You see the fish, and plus the ocean is transparent. You know, you can see down below. Like, look at coral reefs. Like, if you're like not all the way high up in the sky, but like let's say you're passing by an ocean and you're like, you know, about to land, you can sometimes see the coral in the ocean. Like you see that little green strip down below.
Yeah, yeah, you can. Anyway, moving on, right? Moving on, moving on. We got to
Moving
move
on.
on
Yep.
to the next topic. Yeah, so actually, a funny story, right? So this dude ends up getting arrested. Um, he breaks it. So he breaks in a house, right? He breaks in these guys' house, and the guy was about to get away. And this is kind of funny. When I read about this, I'm like, dude, that would be a crappy way to get caught. So he breaks in this guy's house. Well, this guy and this lady, and the husband was talking with the wife or whatever. The husband tells a joke, and the guy who broke in the house was trying to hide to get out. Well, the husband told this joke, and the guy who broke in the house found his joke funny, so he started laughing, and that's how he got busted. That's how he got caught, because he was laughing at the guy's joke. And I'm not sure where Isaiah went here.
Sorry, my internet crapped out a little bit there.
Oh, it's good. So I don't know if you heard what I said.
Oh, I heard a little bit of it, but yeah, could you repeat that the whole
Yeah.
story?
So this guy he breaks in this couple's house, right? And they get home, and when they got home, the guy's like, "Oh, I have to go hide." So he had like the perfect hiding spot or whatever. He's like hiding upstairs while they're downstairs. And the only reason the guy got caught was because the husband told a joke, and the guy who broke in the house thought it was funny, and he starts laughing, and they hear this laughing coming from upstairs. And that's how the guy got caught, because he couldn't hold back on the joke. Like, the guy could not hold back from laughing. And so Jason's saying that sounds like Isaiah. Sounds like something Isaiah would do. He starts laughing when you hear a joke and you broke in somebody's home.
That does. Even though I would, I think I just admitted on air that I would break into someone's house, but don't worry, I'm not gonna. I don't break into people's houses. Secondly, you know, I don't know what to say. This might be like the first time in my life that I'm speechless. Like I really don't know what to say. It comes from that movie. Or sounds like a scene that comes from that movie Dumb and Dumber, you know, where it's like you break into someone's house and then like I understand it's funny, but you're laughing. Like it comes from Dumb and Dumber. That's the only thing I have in my mind to say. Like,
But the scene of Dumb and Dumber, he didn't break in the guy's house. He was invited in the home, and if you remember, his buddy, which was played as Jim Carrey, and the other actor was Jeff Daniels. So Lloyd stuck all this like laxative in Harry's drink, and Harry drank it, and he kind of blew up the lady's bathroom because he had taken all that laxative. So
Yeah.
when it came to it, I don't know what made you think of like a laughing like of Dumb and Dumber. I mean,
well, it's something Dumb and Dumber would be like. It's something like, you know, you break into the guy's house and then you're hiding, you have a perfect hiding spot, and then you reveal yourself because you're laughing your head off and you get caught by that. It's like
Mhm.
way to spoil your own like plot. A way to spoil
Right.
your own robbery plot.
Well, I can tell you that is definitely one way to get caught. That's probably one of the funniest ways I've ever seen somebody get caught was by
Mhm.
laughing at the homeowner's joke when he's trying to hide. So that's Christy. Tell
Also,
me, does
Emma,
that
too.
sound? Christy, tell me, does that sound like Isaiah?
Yeah.
That's
Yes, it does.
that sounds like something Isaiah would definitely do.
Definitely. Definitely.
I'm gonna go in here and I can't hold back, so I'm just gonna start cracking up laughing.
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
think there's been times where I've actually done that before, but I can't really remember it right now off the top of my head. Like I do
Oh,
know there
my
was
goodness.
one incident where I did something stupid and I was like trying to hide it, but then it just got too much that I was like laughing my head off. Like, but I don't recall what the incident was. That's the only issue. I know I've done something similar to that before, but not break into someone's house, obviously.
Right.
Well, that had me nervous for a second because when you're like, I remember doing that a few times. I'm like, wait a second. So you remember
Like,
breaking in
what?
somebody's home and then somebody telling a joke and you start laughing about it? I'm like, what the? I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I thought that you were like admitting live on air that you did like a couple felonies or something.
Oh,
Like,
God.
I legitimately thought that
Did you
you
hear
were
what I
like,
said in the beginning? Did you hear what I said in the beginning of the beginning of this segment where I said something like or on the lines of that, it sounds like something that I've done before and I quickly walked it back.
No.
yeah. And so Jason saying one incident, TWF, like exactly. Like, what are you talking about? What in the world? So, well, so yeah, you can talk about that, like how dumb that one sounds. But if you've ever watched, I don't know if either of you have ever watched the show, like World's Dumbest Criminals and stuff.
I have.
Yeah, Christy, what do you think about that show?
That's a crazy show.
It's
You
funny.
it is funny.
It's freaking hilarious to see some of the ways that people get busted. Like some of the ways that they get busted is freaking hilarious.
It's insanity.
Like the one guy who had
Yeah.
robbed, like he went on there, he robs a bank,
Mhm.
and the guy had like the perfect plan. He had everything set up. It was the perfect plan. The only problem was his getaway car. His
Oh.
getaway car was a Craftsman riding lawnmower. That was the only reason he got caught, because he tried to escape in a riding lawnmower.
Damn it. I've heard of someone trying to rob a bank and he didn't have a mask on, so the camera was able to catch his face.
Yeah. That
I'm
actually
like, well,
happens.
that's kind of stupid.
That actually happens more than you would think, though.
Mm-hmm. Seems to be pretty common,
That
but it's still dumb either way.
Oh yeah, it is. I see
heard-
you thinking over there, Isaiah.
I heard of, like, speaking of the bank one, I did hear, I think it was a Florida man story where this guy breaks into a bank,
He's
robs the
frozen.
bank, and he takes like 3 bags of
I
cash.
think
But I
Isaiah's
guess he
having
forgot that
Wi-Fi
there was another
issues.
one. He forgot there was another he forgot that there was another bag of cash that he
Oh.
also took. He leaves it back, right? And then his idiot ass goes back into the bank the next day and takes it back. It's like, how stupid can you be? Like, why would you go back?
I don't know.
No, Isaiah, but think about that though, man. Think about that. Like you think about how some of these criminals might do dumb stuff like that, but
Yeah.
where I work though too, this guy so I teach like CPR and things like that. So
Yeah.
the guy like breaks in our building, goes in my training office area, doesn't touch anything else in there. Doesn't touch any of the laptops. Nothing. The only thing he takes is my bags that the mannequins were in. He pulled all the mannequins out, set all the mannequins, everything inside, took the bags.
Wow.
Yeah, leaves, and then basically comes back. And the only reason he got caught was because he came back the next day and was hanging out in front of our business with our stuff.
Oh no.
What was he doing, like hanging out there? Was he just like?
He was trying to catch the bus in front of the building.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Big B is here.
Is Big B actually here, or is he
Yeah,
like?
what's up, guys? I
What's
saw
up?
you talking. I couldn't hear you guys, so
Oh,
third
okay.
time's
Oh.
a charm.
You're good.
There you go.
So
You
we
missed
do
my
have.
rant earlier, Big B, where I said I was gonna sue Aaron
So
Rodgers.
we do have a few. So we do have a few comments here. Dave Kokensparger is saying the guy robs a market but left his dog at the scene. And the cop with address on the collar, and cops take the dog home.
Oh my god.
Okay? So
I
Florida
swear
man
some people-
story. Florida
Some
man.
people
So-
are like,
Big B, I don't know if you heard how this conversation started.
No, I didn't.
So this conversation started because there was this topic. There was this topic that I brought up, and you can tell me if this sounds like Isaiah or not. Okay.
It does.
So this guy breaks in this couple's house, right? Has the perfect plan. He breaks in their house. The couple gets home early, and the guy's like, "Okay, I have to hide." So he goes and hides upstairs. Has the perfect getaway. The guy's like, I'm gonna wait. But then the owner of the home, the man tells his wife a joke. The person upstairs finds it funny, and he starts laughing upstairs, and he gets caught.
Yeah, that's Isaiah 2.0 easily.
Easily Isaiah 2.0. Easily. But you also heard his take when I said that this guy that worked at a school office, and it was 2020. It was in COVID year. This went on for like a year or so. The guy got caught, and when I say embezzlement, like people immediately jump to, oh, the guy was embezzling money. No,
Yep.
the guy did not embezzle money. He got caught embezzling $1.2 million worth of chicken wings.
jeez.
That's Isaiah 3.0.
Well, so Isaiah was like, "Yeah, that guy was brilliant because the guy wouldn't starve." And I was like, who the hell is gonna get $1.2
Still has to
million
pay
worth
for the
of
chicken wings here. Jeez.
Well, I mean, Isaiah to a point is not wrong. I mean, because the guy's not going to starve unless he has no place to cook them and keep them cold or frozen.
Exactly.
Then he's SOL. But if
Yeah,
he's
you're
able to
boss.
cook them and store them, the guy's not wrong. But again, a felony is a felony, and you embezzle
Mhm.
millions of dollars in chicken wings, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
Exactly. It doesn't matter if it's chicken wings, money, whatever. Heck,
It doesn't matter
could be-
what it is.
it could be donuts. It doesn't matter. What?
Just imagine embezzling money in donuts from Krispy Kreme.
No. So the interesting topic that we were having before we were talking about that other stuff was, we were saying that if you had to have like a food of survival, okay? So Isaiah said that if he had to store one food to survive off of, he chose pumpkin pie, okay?
And this is like if you're snowed in. Like this is if you're snowed
Alright.
in, you can't go to the market, you can't, go outside to
Um,
get stuff. This is one food you have to survive on.
And I'm honestly not surprised.
He chose
Because
pumpkin
of-
pie. I said
Yeah.
steak, okay? Big B, what what would you pick if you had one item to survive on?
Man, that's tough because okay, so I guess if I'm stuck in my house, everything's going good. Yeah, a steak wouldn't be bad. But again, you got to think about it. What if you can't leave? You have no power. The steak's worthless. So you got to.
You gotta get one of like those camping type stoves, I think.
No, I get it. I think Big B froze there for.
Yeah,
I
he did.
froze.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, I froze.
All right.
All right.
So
Good.
if I'm at home, I don't know where I cut out at, but you got to think of something that you can eat cold and hot. So to me, a can of SpaghettiOs would be they're
Okay.
gross cold, but again, I can eat them cold. I can eat them
Yeah.
warm. So
Well, heck, if you go with that, you could even go with raviolis.
well, yeah, raviolis, yeah, something in a can, yeah. You're exactly right on that part.
Is it me or is everybody having technical problems?
So Jason saying, you could you imagine that story in jail? So what are you in for? I stole chicken wings and donuts.
The inmates would all be
And the
laughing.
thing
at you,
is-
yeah,
And the thing
sure.
is probably somebody's in jail for some kind of food theft.
Oh, I'm
yeah,
sure.
Like
sure.
stealing
I'm sure.
fried chicken,
I'm sure. So,
stealing-
Christy, if you had to hoard one item to live off of,
It's hard because like Big B said, what if you don't have any power? What are you gonna cook anything on? What are you gonna use, like a stove from your camp from when you used to go camping? I don't know. I would probably go maybe soup.
Yes.
soup. Yeah.
Soup would be a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the soup, really.
Yeah,
You could.
it does.
You definitely. Yeah, I think it really, really depends on that. But
Yep.
those are things that you definitely could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just all like
Hmm.
that one's tough because I do like steak if your power works.
Yeah.
If your power is
Yeah.
working and everything, yeah, I would
Mhm.
definitely go the steak route. Definitely.
Yeah.
But there's so many different things out there that I would like to go with.
Yeah.
Oh, there
Uh,
definitely is. I mean, pumpkin pie is definitely not one of them, and I like pumpkin pie.
So,
Me too.
I would definitely get sick of it though after a couple days.
well, you
Me
should have
too.
heard Isaiah's story about it. He said because when you're eating pumpkin pie, he said then you're technically eating healthy because I was like,
Right,
what?
Yeah, you got
Right,
the
like,
crust. That's the wheat. You got the pumpkin filling. The pumpkin is the veggie. You got sugar. You got the sweet part of the food pyramid, and then you
Isn't
got the
pumpkin
whipped
considered a
cream. That's
fruit?
the dairy.
Right.
So it's like pumpkin
I
pie.
guarantee you, Isaiah, pumpkin pie is probably one of the least healthiest things. If you just flip over the back, there's a thing called ingredients on the back, and
Yeah.
yeah, I
It's all
guarantee you
listed-
that.
It's listed all right there.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not saying that pumpkin pie is bad, but like what I mean is like doesn't taste bad. Is it unhealthy? Yeah, it is.
It
So
is. I agree.
I hate to
It's
be the bearer of
delicious, though.
bad news on that, Isaiah, but yeah, sorry, that's not exactly healthy.
Nope.
Sorry.
Well,
You
you
lost.
could also, if you really wanted to make pumpkin pie a complete meal, what you could honestly do was you could cut up chunks of Spam, put it on the top, and
Oh!
eat it next with whipped cream. Like, I would do that. Like, I would mix those two together and like call it a
Oh
day.
my god!
Like,
I
or,
thought you're.
or even like you know how people make their fresh make their own pumpkin pie, right? So when you're making the pie, so you put you have the crust, you got the pumpkin filling, right? When you're putting in the pumpkin filling, you could put chunks of Spam in there, you could put like ham, you could put chunks of sirloin steak. and you could have a complete meal that quick.
I may need to stick
Dude,
my
I
head
thought-
in the toilet
I thought-
after that.
I thought your Fruit Loops and like baked potato were bad, man, but
That's-
Spam and pumpkin pie?
No,
I want to see
Now I
Isaiah
have
eat that
more
next
reason
week on
than
Kicking It.
you have with the pie, it's sweet, and then with the Spam, you have saltiness. It goes together. It's like one cancels out the other.
Okay.
Dude, that's like a 3,000 calorie piece of pie.
No.
I dare you. I want you to eat that next week on Kicking It.
If I find pumpkin pie,
yes.
I will. If I find pumpkin pie,
We
I
want to
will.
see it. We want to see it. You get the pumpkin pie, get
Yes.
the Spam, get the pumpkin pie and the Spam, and we want to see you do it live next week.
If I can get the pumpkin pie, let's
If
do
you
it.
can
Let's
get the
do
pie.
it.
If you can, Walmart has it.
It's not in season
likes-
though right now,
He
right?
likes to go to Costco to get his pumpkin pie.
Yes, yes.
He prefers
yes.
Costco. I remember watching
Man,
past episodes of this and
I
being
have-
part of them and you saying that.
I have heard it all. Like,
Yeah. I thought I heard it all. Now I have not. Now I can say I have.
I think
Pumpkin
that
pie is
would.
Spam.
I think that tops it because the wife just the wife just asked the question because when she was pregnant, okay, she had chicken nuggets with whipped cream, and she wants to know, is that worse than what Isaiah was just talking about?
I would
How
say
do you even get
his
that's a lot better than what Isaiah just said, but how do
I
you
agree.
get that craving like that?
I don't know.
This happens, I guess.
But, I mean, that's
Is that
what
the
I'm going to
first-
know that
is that
because,
just
I mean,
go
Hey.
together, I guess? I don't know.
Chicken
That's
nuggets
right.
and whipped cream. That sounds really good, to be honest. Like that sounds really good. That's not
Okay.
bad, actually. It's not bad.
Maybe
All
not,
right.
but it just doesn't sound good.
One time I tried hot dogs with instead of putting ketchup, I put strawberry jelly, and that was actually really good. That was actually really
So
good.
that's.
Tried it on the cruise ship.
I will tell you about this like little trend that I did try that was going around, and it's actually it's not bad. We were really curious because people were kind of talking about it, right? And so basically what it is you take a brand of fruit roll up. It doesn't matter if it's like strawberry or whatever, right? And
okay.
and they're like, if you take the fruit roll up and then you take ice cream, whatever flavor, you put it inside the fruit roll up and roll it up. They're like, the fruit roll up kind of gets crunchy and it puts a flavor in the ice cream. So we did it, and I was like, holy cow, like it's actually legit. It's actually freaking good.
That's interesting.
We did just regular
and now
vanilla.
Isaiah's thinking.
Yeah, we did regular vanilla, and we did it with a strawberry fruit roll up, and I think the other one was like a mixed berry, and it actually ended up being really, really good.
Sounds
Not gonna
good.
lie, that does sound good.
I mean anything better than you've been saying.
Well, that sounds at least
That's
tryable.
way better than this gross pumpkin
Yeah,
pie
that-
concoction Isaiah came up with.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
disgusting.
that would be actually something tryable.
Yeah,
To roll up
that's-
with some ice cream, you probably roll it up like a jelly roll.
yeah.
You know,
Stick it in
I
the
was
freezer for a
thinking-
little bit.
I was thinking Thanksgiving, this upcoming Thanksgiving. I was thinking, if you really wanted a full Thanksgiving meal
Oh,
in
great.
one dish, what you could do is slice a pumpkin pie. Instead of whipped cream, no joke, you do a little bit of mashed potatoes, put a little bit of turkey on there, and just eat that.
Really?
Like you could that might not be bad, to be honest. That might not be bad. Yeah, it would cause
No.
diarrhea, but yeah, it might not be bad.
Yes, that's the one reason not to do it is the diarrhea. You don't want to spend the majority of the night on the toilet after you eat that stuff.
I think pumpkin pie goes with anything. So does guava. Like you could put guava on anything, and it would go great.
Isaiah, I've always wondered where and how do you come up with this stuff? Like legitimately.
My brain.
I would say
Always
he's
working,
wired a
man.
lot differently
Always
than the rest of
working.
us.
You come up with the weirdest crap.
But the thing is you never catch him eating it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You don't.
You can dare.
Yeah, he'll send us
might
pictures
do
of him. He'll send us pictures of him eating McDonald's 3 times a day,
Oh,
but he will never eat. He'll never send a picture of him eating baked potatoes with fruit roll-ups on there.
I did on the cruise ship. I even went live on the cruise ship and ate the baked potato and the Fruit Loops. I'll send it to you guys again. But like,
Oh, maybe you did. I don't know.
that was actually not bad though. That Fruit Loop and baked potatoes, that was actually not bad. Instead of sour cream though on the baked potato, I put ketchup on the potato with the bacon.
Dude.
Yeah, so this is what I did. So I had on the cruise ship, right? So I got we had a baked potato, and there weren't like the sour cream was optional, but there were bacon, cheese, and chives, I believe. I told him like, no, I don't want the chives because just like pickles, chives and pickles ruins any dish whatsoever. So what I told him was, all right, you give
Wait
me
a minute. Okay.
yeah, I want the baked potato with the cheese and the bacon, which I did. And then I put some Fruit Loops on it, put some ketchup like in the potato. I put ketchup in the potato, and I ate it. It was good. Like it was really, really good. I'll find a picture for you guys. Like it was really good.
Oh, I can't.
What is wrong with you?
He
Why?
has a weird appetite. I'm beginning to think this boy has a really weird appetite. I mean,
I don't even know what to say right now.
Oh,
I don't either.
no doubt. I don't know what to say either.
No, I don't. I mean, jeez.
Well, I'm
The things he
speechless,
comes up with, I mean,
and
blows my mind every time.
I see that Four Bros is going to be kicking off here pretty soon. So because Four Bros is going to be kicking off pretty soon here, we got to go ahead and wrap up this show so Big B can get on over to his other show of the Four Bros. But Isaiah, I guess any final thoughts for you tonight?
I just heard a Maggie guy.
Oh man. It was a great show. Thank you to J Mac as well as Dave for tuning into the program tonight, as well as Christy for jumping on and also tuning in. Big B as well. But yeah, keep tuning in to the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network because there might be some ideas that you hear that you're like, I gotta try this someday, and it will really pay off. It will really benefit you because I guarantee there's someone out there right now that wants to try that baked potato Fruit Loops with ketchup and cheese. Like that was good.
No.
That was
I'm
good.
sure someone wants to try the Fruit Loop ice cream.
No
idea,
one
but
ever said
ever.
that. If anybody's going to try anything, it'll be the fruit roll up and the ice cream.
That actually
Yes.
sounds really good.
Christy,
I don't
any
even think
final
I'd try the baked potato if I was drunk.
thoughts? Right?
That would be the only reason. I'm drunk and I'm hungry.
Yeah. So
Oh,
J-Mac saying he'll bet $1,000 that will never happen.
1,000? Oh, come on. You gotta jack it up.
All right. Christy, any final thoughts?
Thanks for having me on, and stay tuned for Between the Ropes tomorrow because boy, I think we got a lot to talk about tomorrow in terms of wrestling. So.
All right, Big B.
Yeah, thanks for letting me on for a few minutes. Four Bros is next. Tomorrow morning, myself and Tim will be doing our C2C Rankum show. And I would bet you what Isaiah just said about somebody asking about trying to bake potato, Fruit Loops, ketchup, whatever. You have a better chance of getting a perfect bracket than somebody asking one of us to get that recipe for the baked potato.
Dude, no.
I definitely agree with that. So we definitely want to thank everybody for watching. It's been another fun night. We definitely want to have everybody still continue to watch C2C coming up tomorrow. We have Between the Ropes. Wednesday we have the Cougars Den and Sports Minute. So looking forward to that. So we'll see everybody next week for another episode of Kicking It. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.